floating feathers. So they're on the cloud, they're not really doing anything specific. For now, they're just following the actions of my shoulders. I'm stepping, I'm floating. The arms are on the pillow of clouds, invisible table. I'm turning, and I'm resting. If I need to turn a little bit faster, of course, I'm not going to keep my arms this way, this far. For aerodynamics, I'm going to make them closer. I'm going to hug myself. Yeah, so I'm always sure that my arms are here around me. Wherever I land, they are my supporters. So to the front and to the back. I call this turn injection turn, but it's kind of a lock turn as well. Yeah, you can always beautify it by more dramatic entrances. Bam! Like Eleanor Powell, the tap dancer. The same here, boom! Yeah, think about Nicholas Brothers, Gene Kelly, Fred Astaire, these great dancers that always did these dramatic pictures. So for me, pictures are important. Feeling is extremely important, but pictures as well is a big part of jazz dance. When you do injection forward, how you land. Let me give you one other option for landing from this turn and from some other lock turns. Take a look what I'm going to do. I'm going to land and then continue. Land wherever I am and with my feet sort of support the slide. So wherever I'm turning, take a look. Yes. And when you see me turn, you won't see such detailed idea. You would see like a little illusionary thing happening because I'm doing it in the process. But this is what you can do in order to land in a split, in some sort of split pose, yeah? The same to the back. For the last moment of the turn, you split the legs. So you use the floor to do that, yeah? Use the floor. What do I mean by using the floor? Well, basically using the floor is pushing from it, yeah? Giving weight to it. So if I'm going to give weight to the floor will help me, my weight, to pull out. Yeah, if I'm not going to give any weight, I cannot use this power. So it's the same as in couple dancing. When you use a compression and release with your dance partner, you use the same with the floor. Depending on how much you push, depending on how much you give to the floor, you give it back this energy. Yes, you see what I'm saying? Depending on how much I'm burning through the floor here, the floor helps me to release the turn. Yeah, more or less. So when I say the way, when you ask me, is there a way to focus? You just focus. You just look at something. You pick a candle on your table and you look at that candle and you come back to that candle. You look at the screen, you come back to that screen. You make sure that you actually see it. Yeah, not blurry, but you see it. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to some other ideas of turns. Okay, these were injections. Forward and back, arriving to crosses, or arriving to parallel position. Yes? Okay, good. Some other ways of turn is from just your parallel position. Take a look what I'm going to do. I'm going to use both legs to bounce the weight. And now I want my weight to arrive to the right leg. Boom. And this is a prep that we're gonna practice right now. Boom. A desire to turn to the right. I'm going to use it with my shoulders. Boom. Soft legs, bended legs, boom. This is just practicing the prep, pushing from the left, arriving on the right, keeping the balance. Pushing from the left, arriving from the right. Now we actually go for the turn. So for this we need to take off the heel of the ground, yeah? Boom. Arrive into the same position, distribute the weight back. Yes? Let's try again. Weight between two legs. I'm going to prep on one, arrive on the other, yeah? Prep on left, arrive on the right, and I'm going to go for the turn. Push, arrive back. Now I'm watching you, let's go. Push, arrive back. Remember to spot, arrive back. Those who are already confident in turning, practice finishing clean. So practice that your finish is not whoa. Yeah, is that your finish is controlled, yeah? Usually the quality of turns is judged by this control after rotation, yeah? Make sure that your arms are not all over the place, that it's wings that are very beautifully set in space. Try other foot. Let's go together. Just the prep from the right, to the left, and just practice the sensation. What happens in your body when you want to go, when your shoulders move, whack, wah, and turn, whack, come back. And again, distribute the weight, sense the weight on the floor, prepare on the right, and come back, and come back, turn and come back. Yeah, I'm watching you. Okay, I noticed one movement, take a look, this, I noticed this. The arms going this way. This is not very helpful because our wheel, imagine the wheel of our car is here in the shoulders. So if I'm doing it this way, it's not going to help me to create rotational movement. Rotational movement is this way. My right shoulder will now decide to go to the right. Yeah? Take a look. Boom. Boom. Let's do it all together. Put your right hand on your right shoulder. And when you're going on the right leg, move it to the back. Move it to the back, leave the eyes. Leave the eyes on the screen. Go for the turn. What? Come back. For placement of the foot, I would recommend you to try either close to the ankle, or if you want higher, or if you want to the back. Yeah? I would not recommend currently this position. Yeah? Yeah? So to try to connect the feet here together. Boom, boom, boom. If you get dizzy, take a little moment to rest, and dizziness happens because we didn't focus the eyes. If we focus the eyes like on the camera, imagine the blurry picture or the focused crispy picture. So when we're going into the turn, I'm really seeing you guys, really crispy. I'm going for the turn, I'm coming back, I'm focusing my eyes, I take the moment. Yes? One more thing I see is that sometimes we give a little bit too much energy. Right now we're doing a very slow turn. If I give too much energy, I will never be able to stop. It's too much energy for this turn. So measure your energy. Pop, come back. Measure your energy. Good. So we tried this to the front, and as we played before, can we do it to the back from exactly the same position? I'm going to push from the left and come to the back on the right leg. Boom. So place your left arm on your left shoulder. Prepare. Press back. Come back. Press back. Come back. And stop and focus. Make sure that you're together with me. Left leg up. Left shoulder goes back. We're going to turn to the back on the right leg. E. Up. E. Up. E. Turn. Up. Come back. E. Up. E. Up. Turn. E. Up. Come back. After the turn, imagine that you're spreading your weight like a butter on the bread. Yes? So smooth, smooth. Good job. When you practice, make it a little bit stable for yourself. Make the position a bit wider than your shoulders. Yeah? And then when you push, you collect on one foot. You sit here, you collect on one foot, you spread. Okay? Another things to practice, another things to try is your placement of your foot. Maybe it is feet like two heels kissing each other like in tango, or it's just right here. Yeah, or maybe it's right here. This is a hook. I love this way very much. But this is a little bit maybe harder, so if you're new to turns, just keep it here. Yeah, so you can connect the heels and spread. You can just go up and spread, and you can go boom to the back and spread. The standing leg is, so let's try that. Let's try this idea of the jazz legs, yeah? So if we're like doing some ballroom or ballet, of course our legs are going to be like, oh, very, very stiff. But if we're doing jazz, so straight legs, normal straight legs, and a little bit suspended. So this position that you see right now on me, a little suspended, with possibility of creating flexible hips and moving from toes to hips. So when I'm straight, there's no possibility in my hips. A little bit bend, a lot of possibilities. A lot of push, a lot of weight. Yeah? If you're falling back into the heels, it is probably because in the middle of the turn you transferred the weight on the heel, or because in the middle of the turn, you see what happened? The shoulders went back, I'm starting to follow. So this position, a little bit more bended, with the body weight a bit more in front, yes, helps us a lot. And if you feel like you're falling, exaggerate the forward movement. Boom, bah, drop forward. Teach yourself to always fall forward rather than falling back. Let's move on to some other idea in the turns. This is called rhythm turns. Rhythm turns is when we have some rhythm while we are turning. So some kind of syncopations while we're turning. So one of the most common rhythm turns in swing is this one. Do you hear? Ba-boom, ba. Ba-boom, ba. So this rhythm, let's first do it without the rotation and then see how rotation works. So without the rotation, it goes like this. I fall to the right, I transfer weight back to the left. Pam, pam. When you do that, guys, take a look at your foot. Yes, take a look at your foot. Yeah, ba boom ba, ba boom ba, ba boom ba. Yes. Now, in order to turn, we do several things. We move the shoulder, but as well, we change the position of our foot. Our foot is not anymore looking forward. Our foot is gonna guide us to the rotation. So I'm gonna turn my toes this direction, together with my shoulder. Ba, boom, ba. Another thing what happens, if you noticed, I'm not necessarily currently spotting, I'm helping myself, I'm looking to the direction my toe is showing me. Ba, boom, ba. And then I'm focusing my eyesight on the final move of my leg. We don't need to jump so much. Let's try to keep the turns in jazz, just because of the style of it, is a little bit more flat. So let's try to keep it flat. Ba boom ba, ba boom ba. A little bit more flat movement, parallel to the floor. Yes. Okay. When you're finishing the turn, it's always good to know if you're making a decision to stay between the legs, or if you're making a decision to stay on the right leg, and it's possible. Or if you're making a decision to go transfer your weight on the foot that finished the turn and then start something else. Yeah? So the knowledge of where is your weight is the most important when we dance, yeah? So that we're not lost. Good, let's try the other side. So I'm gonna go pa pa pa, pa pa pa, pa pa pa, pa pa pa. Look at your foot, pa pa pa. Look at your foot, pa pa pa. When I say look at your foot, as well, make sure, take a look how our nose is guiding our body. I'm gonna just look, or I'm gonna look. You see what I'm saying? I'm looking, and my spine kind of moves everything else together with me. So I want a little bit of this. I want a little bit of looking to the side. Yeah. To movement of your shoulders, it comes together. Yeah? Pa pa pa, pa pa pa, pa pa pa, pa pa pa. Very good. Now remember, for rotation, what I need to do is I need to open the toe and almost follow the turn like a cat follows its tail. Yeah. 5, 6, 7, pa pa pa, pa pa